COVID bearing portal here with the newest episode of Duskfall. Enjoy. uh, pardon the cough.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
I
That's
think if
fine.
she had, it would have succeeded
Yeah.
better because her deception is like
Nor would have
insane.
rolled up a new character.
Uh,
Yep.
no, I think you would have just left. Then we wouldn't have scheduling issues. Anyway, welcome back to Duskfall. It seems that more than half of the party is here, which is a miracle.
Yay!
Woo!
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5 is more than 2 out of 5. So we're on that
technically,
threshold.
technically, Leo counts as two because he has a very unwelcome visitor with him as well.
No, you don't.
No, you fucking don't, Pep.
You're like, what? I don't? Anyway,
Uh,
last we left off, you guys had finished up in Siberi, addressing, not perhaps the best that you could have, but dealing with a lot of the problems that you had left in Siberi with Uman's past. And having addressed those, dealt with a familiar fiend to Umon, as well as saying goodbye to his family in the Nightweavers. You assisted Dane in reclaiming Endelyn from some thugs and did some all around good deeds. You were given some armaments by Dane, given a little bit of a backdrop, and teleported to the Shrine of the Forgotten in Ashmorn after everything. There, you met the Lord Keeper, who answered a couple of your questions that you had, and before answering Endelyn's questions, turned and motioned for all of you to come, as there is still some trials yet that he needs to have you face before he can feel certain in your preparation to deal with the Lord of Frost, as well as to judge you and what your mettle might be, as well as, offering whatever you'd like for food, drink, and a bit of respite in the same kind of motion.
Cocoa Puffs with milk in a bowl.
Yes, he has that. And we kind of return and begin where he is stepping through the back end of toward the farther end of the temple, and leading you to what looks like a hidden set of stairs behind the main kind of would be kind of like pedestal and like up like dais. That's the word. Where a pedestal would normally be. And it leads you around back down this kind of spiraling staircase that goes further and further down into the strange below. The walls are that same kind of burly stone that the whole building is made of. And you can see him kind of run a hand down the wall as he walks into himself, expecting you all to follow.
He goes out of my vision and I can't see him.
Yeah, but the rest of the party can.
Yeah, but I want food.
We cook food for Cocoa Puffs.
Do you tell him that you're hungry before you eat?
Yeah.
Then, as he's kind of like walking down the stairs, he looks back and he goes, "Well, if you come down with me, I can prepare something for you shortly. But I'd like you to get comfortable before then."
Okay.
All right, now where are you?
Back end of the temple, down the stairs.
I'll just stand like 5 feet, like I'm probably like 7 feet in front of
Leo.
Leo, so that because I'm within his range of view, of feel. I don't know what it is.
of
Of
top
hearing,
vision.
of sense.
His sensory range.
What do you imagine Leo's using with his blind sense? Is it more of a feeling or a hearing or
For
a
me, I just
combination?
imagine that within the 10-foot radius, there is this small layer of silver mist that he sort of uses for his blind sense.
So it's like a feeling thing. You have
Think
like
of it
a-
more of
you
like
have like
top
a-
vision.
Yeah, it's like you can feel. Yeah, Toph. Toph is feeling, not hearing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Well, I think
Mhm.
it's kind of a combo with her as well.
Yeah.
But mostly it's feeling with her vibrations. All
Mhm.
right, cool. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll stand in front of you so that you can tell where I am and know where I'm going.
Six.
Thank you.
All right. Being guided down, down, down. The stairways isn't as long as you would have anticipated. It's only like 2 flights, just, 20 feet down. It's a very strangely serene walk down. And then you come to a kind of stone gate that he pushes open. Very for him, it's very like ease, boom, kind of push it open dramatically. But you can hear the kind of creak of the stone, and you see as you kind of like step past and like run a hand on it, that this shit's heavy. And it's like a thick door. And he opens it, and down below, there's this kind of frosted lake, almost. And you see kind of spires of ice poking out from various points of it, and there's like another icy staircase down into the general lake itself. And Jorgen kind of motions to the whole thing and says, "Well, this is where the trials will take place. They're much simpler than you might presume. They're not dangerous in any particular method. They are simply a test of your wills and your intents. You might presume, am already somewhat aware of them, but it is best to be certain before sending people to their doom. And pick a spire, sit at it. I will bring you your meals and drinks momentarily." And it kind of motions for you to pick a spot on the kind of large icy lake.
Yeah. Jane
I'll just
would
go
be
to the spire that
narrating
Jane lead. Yeah.
the entire thing for Leo, but like in like a really exaggerated way. It would kind of give you like a glimpse of how she thinks she'd be. Just it's like a movie narrator going a little bit too far.
Leo definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. And as you all get seated, you see Jorgen disappear up above as he goes to get the food. And you are left in the ice with your thoughts and the kind of weird chill of this place. Radagast and Umon similarly sat at their own spires. Is there anything you'd like to do?
So we're each next to a frozen spire in this frozen lake.
Yeah. For those of you with regular eyesight, you kind of see your own reflection, slightly distorted like a funhouse mirror when you look into them. Just a thing to note. It looks different. Something strange about it. You can almost feel the magic of this place, slowly wafting off it. For Jane, it's definitely a lot stronger, and it's what would be the best smell to describe this as? Maybe like a new blanket smell, I guess. Strangely comforting and like welcoming. But yeah, is there anything you'd like to do before Jorgen comes back with your food?
Is it cold here?
It's chilly, yeah.
I want to glamour my armor to be like a little like fur coat.
Like an Eskimo.
Yeah, like a little baby
Eskimo Jane.
Yeah.
Ice Age baby Jane.
I'm just saying the Jane action figures have so many different like outfits.
Yeah. It's
There's a whole set. There's a collectible.
You
But
gotta
man-
at least spend like 100 gold to get like all of them.
Yeah, and they'll add a little gacha capsules, and it's like
Yeah.
fucking. Oh shit! I got Night Jane again. A Dog Night
God
Jane.
damn it.
I wanted the rare collectible bathing suit Jane.
No.
Oh god.
I wanted the time she put a one-piece bathing suit on while swimming behind Radagast's house.
Damn,
want
I
the-
got a trash night Radagast. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking, this one's rare, but it sucks. She throws it in the
It even has authentic smell.
Oh god.
It even has little voice lines.
Please kill me. I have
All
no
of them are
friends.
crying.
Yeah, it even has action like movement fingers. What? Swing sword? I missed. It's fine.
Holy shit, dude! I
Okay.
got Ratmon. I'm never losing this.
Damn it, I got another depressed Leo figurine. Shit.
Turns out it's like the most common one to get.
Different.
It is depressed Leo is the most common one, but everyone has one.
He comes free with every roll.
Comes free with every roll. Like if you want to get like the happy Leo, that's like at least
0.00.1
Yeah.
like drop rate. Anyway,
yeah.
as you're all set, Jorgen very quickly kind of steps down, bringing each of you your own kind of warm drinks and whatever you asked him for in terms of food. And he presents it to you, and he speaks out, and he says, I would recommend you eat first. And as soon as you're ready, place your hand upon the spire, and you see Radagast just put his hand on the spire, and he just kind of frosts over, and he goes, well, I didn't finish explaining myself, but okay.
It,
Um,
it happens.
He's not very smart.
That character assassination. Well, as soon as you place it, you will be faced with perhaps very strenuous realities. But I assure you, no harm will come to you. You will be well, and you are safe here. Face yourselves and the truths within, and I will know then your intents and your perspectives. From there, I can best decide how I should treat your actions and your intents for the battles ahead. If there's any questions, feel free to ask them now.
Leah just has like a sneaking suspicion that it's not just gonna be that for him.
And when he finishes talking, if he looks at Jane, her plate's already empty.
Nice.
And she just slowly reaches her paw up and pokes it.
Pokes the spine, and you put your paw on it for a moment, and then you feel the warmth, and then everyone around you sees you kind of covered in a thin layer of snow and frost. He has begun.
Leo's just slowly eating and drinking. Can't really see anything, so
You can
We'll
definitely
just-
feel the big spire in front of you.
Panda will be your seeing eye squirrel.
fuck yeah.
Um,
Monkey see, monkey do.
if you guys don't have any,
reliable.
you guys don't have any questions before you begin. All right.
No, apparently not. Jane's in.
Come on, then. All right, and so it begins.
We
and
go.
One moment, please.
Where's my Let's get these saving throws ready.
You're like, let's get these saving throws ready. Alrighty, let's begin. Who goes first? Thea.
Hell yeah.
Okie
Woo.
dokie. As you all place your hands on the spires, those who have yet, you can feel a kind of chill and warm frost form over you. And we begin with the first trial, and it begins with Thea. So, as you place your hand on it, and kind of the world is covered in frost for a moment, you blink, and you find yourself sat at a table. A very nice table that you don't quite remember ever seeing before. And there's like this nice little chair that you're sat on. And you are facing what looks to be some sort of weirdly dressed human man in a robe, very heavy, like winter's clothing almost, who sits cross-legged across from you, and he opens his eyes as you arrive, and he kind of like bows a little bit, putting one hand, one open palm fist, closes his left hand around his fist, and he bows at you, and he keeps his head bowed for a moment. What do you do?
I'm gonna mirror what he's doing because I'm not really sure what to do.
As you do, you see him kind of pull his head up. He goes, "Greetings. It seems another challenger has approached. It has been so long. Welcome to your trial, madam. May I have your name?"
Alex.
It is a pleasure, Alex. I am the spirit of war. And it kind of like smiles a little bit. And
Ooh.
for you, you will be faced with a reality and a question that must be answered. Tell me,
Okay.
for what purpose do we fight?
To protect.
Hmm. But war never brings protection. It only brings destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think this is a valid path?
It's a good question.
One with many answers.
Indeed.
You see him kind of cross his arms and look at you very pointedly, even though you're like very like deep in thought. He looks at you
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "There are many paths like this one to take. From here, you may continue protect." He says it not with disdain, but sort of like a disillusion with the idea that
Yeah.
that's what it is. Um,
Yeah.
or you can accept the truth that war is not a kind, merciful, or good thing, yet it is one that must be done. Or perhaps there is another answer in your heart. It is only you who may decide.
We'll give him a nod. She's like kind of like chewing the inside of her cheek in thought, and she's like mulling over what he's telling her. Because he's got a point. The man's got a point.
There's a lot yet to think about. And you see him just smile as he's like he's very clearly content that he stumped you, but also is
Yeah.
just like, did I see the wrong question? Uh, it's oddly human in that even though it's supposed to be the spirit of some
Yeah.
sort of concept, which is telling in its own right.
Hmm. Am I gonna be stuck here? Or am I able to move past him without breaking Thea's brain? Because she's not the smart girl.
I mean, she just needs to give the answer she believes is true.
Oh, she genuinely thinks that it doesn't mean protecting for good. You could be protecting something you don't want to give someone else.
Yeah. Um, so, with that response, you see him kind of nod. This is true. Not all forms of hmm, not all forms of this is good. Sometimes it is greedy, selfish, painful, and you would
Mm-hmm.
perhaps ruin others for it. But it is your truth. And it kind of like nods, and the spirit of war fades, and you can feel like a rumbling around you, and
Mm-hmm.
you kind of start free falling
Oh
into
god. Okay.
a kind of snow, like it feels like you're falling in a snowstorm. And then we pull away to the next first trial, which is with Jane. And when you touch the spire and feel that frost come over you, you're in what looks like some sort of um, rafters of like a thing, and you're kind of like prowling just above it. And across from you is what looks like some sort of halfling dressed in very subdued clothing, blacks and grays. And you notice on their face is what looks like a little bird's mask. And they kind of look at you as you crawl forward, and it goes, pleasure to meet you. I'm the spirit of trickery, and you'd be?
Bond. Jane Bond.
Impressive introduction. That is always a big one. Tell me, Miss Bond, what is it you intend to gain from this? And he kind of like motions below. And what should be like some sort of grand banquet hall or something to steal from is instead just a blank, empty warehouse for a moment. And it kind of flickers, changing to all sorts of sights and places similar to the ones you have been to before. What is it that you intend to steal or take for yourself?
I want your mask.
Always aiming for the tallest in the room. Is it simply because you like it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I want
That-
a mask like that.
Is that why you steal?
Yeah.
How very selfish, yet simple and honest. And you see him take it off. And you can see there's a little kind of X across the halfling's face, like a scar. And he spins the mask and he tosses it to you.
I'll catch it.
Yes, there are many things that we could take from this world. So much left out, untamed, unused by those who should value what they have. And yet, in some cases, we're that nobody with everything. Tell me, when you steal the whole world, what will you have then?
Well, I guess then once everything is mine, then I get to say who has what.
A little bit tyrannical, but honest. And you see him kind of grin, and the rafters kind of rumble and fall out from under you. And you all start falling. And least, but not last, well, technically last, but you know,
Not least.
yeah, I can speak. Leo, when you place your hand against the kind of ice spire, there's a chill in your spine. It kind of runs up it, and it just, you can feel it down to your bones for a good moment there. And it just shakes you to your core for a good bit. Then it stops. And when you open your eyes, you find yourself sat in a garden alone. And it's a very beautiful garden, well maintained. There's a wonderful fountain in the center, and you're just sat on one of these, like, you know, classical white, like, ornate chairs with those kind of like terrible, like,
Do I have
basket
my
kind
fake eyes?
yeah, you can see, which is strange.
Is this the same garden that I saw
You-
with the dream spell?
It's similar, except this one isn't in disrepair. This place is not a place of
Yeah.
ruin or destruction. It is a very nice garden. And as you're kind of sat there for a moment in the silence, you can feel something there watching you. And as you kind of like blink, you start to notice this strange mist that has overtaken this whole garden. And then there's a boom, 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 and something sits. Someone hooded and cloaked and gloved and like masked with a kind of plain white mask sits on the other seat. And it kind of like barely reaches the top end of the table as it puts its hands out, and it looks at you and it goes, "Why do you remember?"
Somebody has to.
All things fade to time. Will you let go when that time comes for you?
No.
Kind of nod. It nods, and you can hear a whisper in like a weird affirmation and a chill up your spine. It says, "Hold on for dear life. Never let go." and then everything crumbles around you, and you start falling, in this kind of weird pseudo, uh, like weird. It's very strange. And as you're kind of falling, you see the mist pulls away from that vision, and it follows down with you, like a cloak almost, uh, keeping you from something. And then down, 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 and all of you fall deeper and deeper into the snow and ice, and then you kind of gently land in one field of beautiful snow-covered hills and like plains that look like it's like just a field outside of maybe Silverkeep. It's hard to tell, but it's covered in snow, and it's this like beautiful sight for a moment. And you notice the others that are here, um, having succeeded through their first trial.
Hey
Ah,
guys.
it should be noted, Jane now has a cool mask, cool little crow mask.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice
That's-
mask.
Thanks.
Leo like touches his face. It feels good to see for a little bit.
even if it's fake, I love seeing.
Even if it's temporary, I can read.
um, Over in the distance, you notice other people. It looks like regular people, almost like regular citizens of the city. And as you're kind of like overlooking from this hill, you see them working together, building like little snow forts, snowmen, snow orcs, and like having a little bit of a battle. with
Snorks.
Snorks. You see a couple of them like throwing snowballs at each other, laughing. And as you guys are privy to this, you see like from behind you, kind of like the snow rises up, and Jorgen sat cross-legged on a little bit of ice appears, and it goes, that was pleasant, wasn't it? Pleasant enough, anyway. And you see him kind of stand up on the little dice of ice, his form, then he's looking down at all of you.
I guess you could say that.
Yes.
I put the mask on.
How adorable.
I pick up some snow.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck
You
it
do.
at Thea.
I knew you were gonna throw it at me. I'm gonna make a snowball and throw it back at him.
Yeah, and just bonk, bonk, little
That's my
snow in your
Jorgen.
face. And you chuck at York, and Yorken's like, oh, and like falls down, very, very lax about it. And you see him kind of spit up, and catch, and so that is the correct answer to this trial. I won't lie to you. It was, I didn't get to ask you the question, but yes, I would implore you to not forget the levity of this moment, of what drives you and what drives them, and emotions of the children, and what you will be if you succeed, and what you could, and the whole reason I have found you fighting for this. It's not for pride, as far as I could tell, for most of you. And you can see he's like, I Radagast when he says that. For most of you, it is simply a desire for normalcy, a desire for, in some cases, freedom from the chains that bind you, an adventure grand and marvelous so people can live their lives not in fear, not in dread, but in the snow, enjoying themselves like children should. And you see Jorgen seems very somber for a moment as he kind of like overlooks it, and he nods to himself. I implore you, no matter what you face ahead, that you remember this. There is more here that you fight for than you might realize. Your motives are deeper and not as fragile as some might perceive them to be. Remember what you are, who you want to be. Do not let others sway you from the path you have chosen, no matter what they say. And then you see him kind of start to disintegrate into snow, and he leaves you for a good bit to play in the snow if you like.
Fuck yes.
How deep is the snow?
Several. It's like
Okay,
6
then-
or 7.
Then Shane is just gonna be
Sinking.
swimming through the snow.
The little fucking submarine
Just
chain.
occasionally like ambushing them, like popping
Right.
out and just like throwing a snowball, and then like a tiny little, like precise, tiny little snowball that hits him like in the ear or something.
Leo starts
Jumps
Leo
right back
closes his eye. Leo closes his eyes. You start getting hit like under the snow.
She knows to stay at least 10
Yeah,
feet
you
away.
know
She's staying about 15, 20 away just to be safe.
Predator.
Leo yells out, "I got
But
ice now,
mostly
bitch!"
attacking Radagast though.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
th-
she'll defend
I-
Radagast a little bit too because she knows he's
I
probably
think-
getting picked on.
I think at one point, I think Jane and Leo throw snowballs at Radagast at like the exact same time.
They collide midair.
Yeah, there's some attacking him, there's some defending him.
I also chuck one at Thea.
I'm gonna chuck another one at Leo.
Just
Yeah,
So
definitely
there,
some Leo
just
attack.
for the record, like Leo throws one, it's like boom, it very likely impacts like Leo on the arm. Leo grabs one, tosses it, and Leo hits him in the face, and it just boom into the snow, like just fucking knocked back.
Jane the
destroyed.
leopard seal bond.
And you guys get to enjoy this kind of respite that you guys have not been afforded in what feels like forever. A moment of levity, a moment of relaxation. And soon enough, the snow starts to melt, and like the sun starts to set, and you can feel the next and final trial approaching. As the kind of like night sets and the stars in the sky fade away, and like everything is kind of covered in this blizzard that starts to rise. And then for a moment, there's a stillness where you can't see each other because of this snow. There's so much in the way the blizzard storm. It's kind of like blinding you almost, to each individually, buried under the snow. What do you do?
A blizzard.
Yes, a blizzard.
Hmm.
Scared.
So,
Look for shelter.
And there is snow all around you. It's hard to maneuver. Again, still 6, 7 feet deep. So as you're kind of like swimming through it, Jane, it's like buffeted with snow. And even for the taller, stronger members, it's hard to move and maneuver through the snow, because of how heavy the storm is, and how much just it's everywhere. It's blinding. Um, and as you're kind of flailing about, you can feel each of you for a moment the presences of the others. Like you can almost reach out and grab them is what it feels like for a moment, and then it's lost in the storm of ice and snow.
Well, I'll pop up next to Leo. Because I was staying like about 20 feet away from him, so
Yeah.
I know that I could at least go within his range and have him be able to feel me.
Yep.
Like, with his weird silver mist.
Yep. Pops up
So that I can at least be with him.
as you're kind of like moving, Jane. You pop up, and Leo, you can just see her, just barely feel her, right, behind you on your right, just kind of like flying towards you through the snow.
Mhm.
What do you do?
well, I reach out for her.
Ooh. And you kind of grasp hands, hold it on. And as you hold hands for a moment, the storm around you seems to lighten enough for you to catch a glimpse of Radagast, like legs up in the snow,
Cool.
trying to pull himself up and out of it.
Start walking my way to upside down aghast.
Uh, yeah, pull him out. And as you kind of grab at him and help him up, again, the storm seems to lighten and you see Umon kind of barrel through, having started heading towards upside down Agast as well. Um, and the only person,
Get him.
yep, grab hands. And last but not least is Thea, to kind of, as you're kind of pulling through the snow, trudging forward. You see a kind of opening where the other four are just kind of pulling at each other and like trying to get Radagast out of the snow, so he's not fucking suffocating.
For a split second, Lee just thinks, "What if we just let him suffocate?" And then he pulls him out.
And then, whoo! Come on, man, get out of the snow. War.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Who's
Imagining
Jesus?
Jane is just like on Leo's shoulders right now to stay out of the 6 feet of snow and like is just getting slammed with snow, but has her like weird coat on.
Is Rad still upside down?
Yeah, still stuck in the snow.
I'm going to.
Maybe you should help out your boyfriend as Leo's
Yeah.
fucking struggling.
I'm gonna fuck with him first. I'm gonna like. I'm assuming he's on his back.
It's more like face in the snow, legs
face in the
up.
snow?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand gently on the back of his head and like crouch him. Like, it's alright, I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna push his face into the snow a little bit and then pull him up.
Yeah, you're like, and you, as you're kind of like pulling him out, there's a bit of levity even in this storm, where you guys feel relaxed. You're together.
Or when you do that to Radagast, I think someone with high enough perception will just hear like harder death. Like what? What?
What? The wise boys will never speak of this. But
Wise
there's a
boys,
moment of
you will never
unity
be men.
that you that you feel with each other, that you have weathered the storm time and again, and the only thing that has survived through all of the chaos and all of the storm is this, and not the bullying Radagast that has survived. It's more the unity of the moment of you are together.
Yes, we all band together to kick the shit out of this one guy.
And as you're kind of like chuckling and laughing, even in face of the storm, you can feel the winds kind of start to die down, and you hear Jorgen's voice say, "Never lose that. Otherwise, it's all doomed anyway." And then you can feel a warmth, and you open your eyes, and you're all at your pillars, and you notice that the spires that you had touched have shifted colors. The one Leo touched is a strange kind of orange glow. The one that Jane touched has a kind of reddish tint. The one Thea touched has a weird glow of kind of blue. The one Radagast touched, a dark green. And the one Umon touched, a kind of brilliant purple. Like a blooming flower. And as these kind of spires glow with color, you can hear Jorgen. Fantastic work! That was relaxing and swift, was it not?
Yeah.
Oddly,
That
yes.
was just kind of fun.
Good. Well, it made certain of the things I had already believed. Feel free to come up. Endolin is up, relaxing. I have spoken to her while you were addressing yourselves in the spires. And if you would like and could sit up there for a moment, there is one last thing I must do down here before we are set for your journey, wherever that might take you. And you see him start to step down the stairs towards the spires that you guys have touched.
Back to being blind.
Back to being blind. Yeah. And if you guys
Leo
move
the
back up,
press.
once you guys move all the way back upstairs, you see Endolin is kind of like frowning, arms crossed, sat, scratching her chin, kind of like,
Well, any good news?
No, he was very vague about everything. He said the legacy of the Silver Fang lies in the depths. I presume he means with, the Lord of Frost and all that. But he he knows something. He knows so much more, and he's not telling me anything.
Why do you think he's not telling you?
I don't know. Maybe he made a promise with my dad to keep the secrets or whatever. But it's frustrating. He's here gonna clench your fists.
Well, maybe for the same reasons that your dad's not telling you, it may be the same reasons they won't tell us. Sometimes it's not their secret to tell, or it's for your own good.
Everyone has their reason for bearing their secrets. Some are better than others.
Just here, think about that for a moment. You've got a point, but I still want to know.
Respectable.
And as she says that, you see Jorgen kind of step up from below, with colored pieces of apparel, for each of them. For Leo, he kind of presents a kind of magnificent cape. For Jane, a strange mask. For Theo, it's a kind of belt. For Umon, it's more like a hat. It's closer to a bandana, sort of. And for
Radagast, it's a big middle finger.
What? No. For Radagast, it's a necklace. And he presents them out to you in a line, and he says, "Well, your trials were successful enough for me to gather these for you from them, and they are the same color as your pillar. And they have various effects you may choose from the following list. You may only pick, basically, these 5. There's a list of 5 abilities. You can only pick one time. Basically, these are the 5 abilities you will have to choose from, and you will choose who gets what. All right, and I'll list them out, and I'll type them out for you in the Foundry,
Yes, please.
so you can see them.
PogChamp.
First is resistance to cold, which means you have resistance to cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Is that what that means, Portal?
Mhm. There is the prime balance, where you cannot be knocked prone unwillingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm typing out. 1 second.
Yeah.
I have them somewhere else. Next is the swift. What is it? Swift foot, which you gain 10 feet of movement.
Shit, it's basically the mobile feat minus
Yeah.
that one thing.
Mm-hmm. Minus the opportunity attack.
There is strike true into the heart. Critical hits deal an additional bonus die of damage.
Barbarian level 9.
Brutal critical stack, baby.
Yeah.
And the final one, and personal favorite, is Defy Fate. You gain 1 point as if it was like the lucky feat.
Or you just get one lucky thing.
Mhm.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
That's-
That fits Umon really well.
Mm-hmm.
Radagast also has lucky, I believe.
Oh,
Well,
man,
yeah,
both
but-
of them getting that.
No. So to clarify, between all 5 of you, you will have all of these. Each one can only be applied to one item, right? So you pick who gets what.
I think that.
Oh, so we have to decide.
Yeah,
who gets
yeah.
each of
So
these things.
out of us 5, each of us gets one of these things.
Okay, so I think that either Umon or Radagast, to continue with the whole lucky thing,
I
should
think
get
that.
the Defy Fate. I think it should be Umon, honestly.
Yeah, same. Honestly.
Defy Fate just seems, because the wording just seems
Yeah.
fitting for his god.
For the fate we.
It is the
for him
strongest
being
one
the
for sure.
Fate
Like,
Weaver.
I understand why it's your
Mhm.
favorite Portal, because that is
Yeah.
definitely a beast.
Yeah. Nobody gets upset when you give him a free
But-
reroll.
But hey,
Yeah.
I'll give that to Umon. He'll be happy about that, and
Mhm.
I think if you guys agree with that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I
Yeah, the
think that
question is-
really
Okay.
fits his theme.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Can't be knocked prone unwillingly.
At the moment, I think I might go for resist the frost, because I believe I'll be
You think you're gonna get beat up by the dragon? The real question is, who do you think is gonna get punched by the dragon first? That's the person you need to be most afraid for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if Thea maybe took the resist frost and
Ooh,
just got
yeah,
in there and
actually.
just started
Mm.
slugging.
Mhm. Yeah, I think
Yes.
we give that to Thea.
Yep, I'm cool with this. For sure.
Yeah,
I-
that would be amazing. And she just gets right in there
Mhm.
and
Starts
into that
fucking
dragon.
slugging. I
Lord
I
of, Lord
do
of
have
what? What are you Lord of, sir?
Lord of little bitch. Bitches.
100
I-
cold damage. Now it's 50 cold damage. Yay!
Yeah, I know it's still gonna kick your ass,
Mhm.
but not immediately.
Not as fast.
Not in
Yeah.
one turn. It'll be 2 turns.
Hey, that's huge.
Which is still fucking
Yes.
huge. I
As we
think.
can launch a couple of those bolts into him.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I think I either need Swift Foot or Strike True, but I'm not picky
Yeah.
about which one.
I mean, I nuke when I crit. So I think
I think Strike True would be like, just fitting for the mask, like making sense because
Mhm.
I'm seeing, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Swift Foot, I think I like a little more because I already have 25 movement speed, would kind of suck.
Yeah,
Having
you
35 would be great.
having that extra feet of movement is really nice. Plus, you're a rogue. You kind of rely also on your positioning.
Yeah.
So having just that 10 feet extra, I think, would make a lot of difference. Yeah, I'm between prime balance because Leo's not he's not
I
strong.
actually think that's prime balance is kind of awesome for Radagast because the guy who's been bullied and pushed around his whole life would be able to be like, you literally can't push me over. Like, fucking try.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, then I'll take Strike True then.
Like a rhino just charges him and he's just like, no.
Yeah, at least you can take me out for a date.
Like that. If I understand, Portal, this is just for this trial. Or
This
for-
is the reward of the trial.
So we get these past the trial.
Correct. That's why you
Okay.
guys did these trials for Jordan.
So
Give you these.
in the future, if Radagast were to take prime balance, literally, if a rhino charged him, it would not even be able to knock him over.
Correct.
Epic. See, I think that'd be a
That's
very
amazing.
Radagast thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think resist cold is cool for
Yeah.
Alex if she likes it
Yeah.
because that's
Yep.
adds to the tank thing, and she's our
Main source of consistent DPS.
yeah.
Man, I'm both tanky and healer and
And it's kind of funny too because she'd be in like the frosty environment, still wearing like just her like bandages and stuff,
and a
you know.
fucking sick
Mhm.
belt.
And she's just like, I don't even fucking care. Like, this is not even cold.
Flexes muscle.
This ain't shit to my Gucci belt.
Exactly.
Flex belt buckle.
Look
Oh,
at
Holds
man.
the
this
belt
drip,
over her
bitch.
shoulder like it's like a
It's like a
wrestling
US
like
a UFC
yeah,
championship
championship belt.
Starts
Mhm.
strangling the Lord of Frost.
The belt.
You please make it that kind of a belt. That's so funny.
That was by intent. Yeah, it's not like a normal. Like a
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Championship belt.
Leo's got double cloak now, bitch.
Mhm. Anyway,
Jane just has like a domino mask, like Robin, I guess, or something like that. That's
Yeah.
black.
cool. With those decided, Jorgen kind of looks at you and he says, "All right, with that set, well, I can guide you to the city of Ashmore, and from there you can, well, do whatever it is you need. I presume you weren't simply going to run directly at the Lord of Frost without proper preparations. Or were you intending to go directly at him right now?
Mm, some preparation would be favorable.
Mhm.
I could lead you to the city then, if you would like.
That would
No.
be great.
I myself will not enter with you.
All right.
Okie dokie. And he kind of like nods and he
If-
leads you out, or he starts heading out. Yes?
Leah has just a very simple question for Jorgen.
Jorgen? Yeah.
As he sort of looks in the direction that the statue is, he just goes, "What was her name?"
Teal. She was perhaps my first friend.
He nods.
This way. And
Follows.
he starts leading you out. And Endolin kind of grabs her stuff and goes, all right. And she moves with you. And as he kind of takes you around the lower edge of the outer mountain, you can see like kind of woods that the shrine is placed are thick, and then they look like they haven't been tended in years, and it's like indescribably high up, and it's like as you're kind of like moving down one of the cliff faces, you just get a full view, and you just see all the way down to the bottom, and it is. Have you guys ever been mountain climbing or anything of that sort? Because I have.
I mean, yeah, sort of. Whenever I go on vacation to France, there's always like
Yeah.
you're like near a cliff,
So
so
at
just
the
looking down it.
So a long time ago, when I went to Venezuela for like trips, we would go on mountain trips up to the tippy top of, and it's this kind of valley view where you can see, like
to the sea.
you can't really see how like the size of everything because of how high up you are. You see like the small little trees form these massive canopies that bend down and around into these valleys, and that's what it looks like from here. Kind of just snow tipped peak all the way down, snow kind of turning into kind of light greens and like foliage, and you just see, boom, it stretches so far down. It's like almost disorientating for those who have sight, except Leo. So not Leo, but everyone else can kind of like get a huge, beautiful view of like the mountainous areas below and the valleys into like the lower area. And at the very bottom, you guys catch glimpse of like the outer gates of the city of Ashmorn. And for the record, Ashmorn is inside the mountain. Most of it is, at least. There's the outer citadel, and then the interior of the mountain, several hundred feet up below and to the side. Like the city kind of branches out into the mountain, like tunnels and pathways, and it's a proper dwarven style citadel. And in this instance, you can just see parts of the kind of outer shell of it, and it looks like it's doing all right. But because you guys have this view, you can also tell in the distance those towers that we were speaking of that were being constructed forever ago seem to have been finished, and it looks like sort of a corral almost around Ashmore has started to form. And there's not too many knights that you can see from here, but you can see the kind of general positioning of their forces, and it doesn't look like they're sitting still. It looks like they're preparing for a siege in the distance, and you can see it from up here.
Okay. Are they like preparing the siege like Ashmorn, or would it be more? Yeah. Okay.
How many troops would we
You
able
can
to see?
you
How
can
many
see
kind of
you can see their general kind of size. You can't count from up here because you're like at
I
top
guess
end of the
like
mountain.
just a rough estimate if we had to guess as people.
Several 100,000, maybe,
100,000,
or
okay.
several, close to 1,000, maybe 2,000.
Tens
Just
of
get some.
thousands, okay.
Just get some clerics with
Hundreds of
declare,
thousands
Nick and
is
cast turn them
literally an
good.
insanely huge army. Just so you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I
Like,
know.
that
That was
blow
like
up,
wait,
but
no,
yeah.
wrong number. It looks like majority of the knights that have been recruited from other places.
Like the
or-
army attacking like Helm's Deep in like Lord of the Rings is like 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's closer. It's
Like
closer
12,000.
to several thousand. My brain's just fried.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
no
like,
worries.
for the most part, you could presume this is a huge remainder of the actual knights that are still alive, in the traditional sense,
Mm-hmm.
that haven't gone anywhere else. So pretty much all of the forces from the other places that should have probably been striking out at those, you realize have been gathering here for perhaps a siege. That is, it hasn't begun yet, but you can like tell the telltale signs are on the wind. And there's much left for Ash.
Okay, so that's happening right now.
That you can see that gathering as he's leading you towards Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh motherfucker!
It's the calm before the storm, basically.
Oh no!
The storm
Oh.
that is approaching.
How many fireballs do I have?
One a day.
100 a day.
One a day.
1,000 a day with infinite range.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have it. It's just a cantrip for you now.
God, imagine. I've already added in the critical hit die
Nice.
portal.
Yeah, I've already created the item in D&D Beyond, but I have to update it into this thing.
Okey-doke. Is there anything else you'd like to do as he guides Jorgen, continues guiding you down the mountain?
Fucking blind. No.
No, I just want to be like, how are we gonna get past that army? Like, that's insane.
Are you asking each other that, or are
I
you
don't know,
asking
I'm just saying that out loud.
Okay, Jorgen responds. There goes your future question. But Jorgen responds with a kind of chuckle. And he goes, "Oh, trust me. When the sun rises in truth, you will see both paths forward.
Mm.
They
So
will
what
rise.
Dawn would say.
Yes, and dawn will break." And he says that with a kind of certainty that you feel like there's more to his statement than him just like saying the name of your sword. And then he kind of like, you see him shudder a bit and go, "Well, that was a bit more strenuous than I had anticipated for a question, but I assure you, you will find your way. Now, down this path right here," and you see him kind of motion towards you into that little area right there, that cavern, that side gate. You can gain passage through there. It should be a simple walk down into the city proper.
Okay.
You?
Speaking of Dawn, can you drop Dawn back in my inventory again?
Yeah, sure.
Because I had to do an update to get the movement
Get the
speed
sheet.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm fast Jane now. Still not as fast as
I
Alex,
am
but I'm fast.
speed.
Wait, what is everyone's movement speed? Is everyone just 30 except for Alex?
I
Yeah,
think mine's
basically.
40.
Yeah, I think yours would be 40 because you kind of have
Yeah.
that monk-ish thing going on. Actually, I didn't even.
Pugilist.
I just kind of assumed that Pugilist had a movement speed boost.
It doesn't.
It doesn't?
I have my ball.
Yeah. I got
Oh,
my
you
ball.
have that feat. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I basically have the same thing now, but since I started off at 25, I'm at 35.
Cool. And boom.
Second
Make-
I read Eldritch Blast as Baja Blast.
Bajabla. You should make a fucking warlock who has Bajamut as his patron and reflavor his Eldritch Blast as Baja Blast.
And
Or
you
He's
said,
he's a half dragon.
"Oh my lord, I'm gonna kill you all."
The J-Lip.
You make your way down, boom, 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 into the city proper. Stepping down, and there's a large gate, kind of in the way. And as you kind of approach it, you can hear a dwarf go, "Oh, who was that?"
Jane.
You hear a kitchen. "All right, I don't have that name on record.
Well then,
That
report
boy,
it.
Could you step forward just a bit?
I
It gets
step
showered in
forward,
arrows.
but I'm like super tiny.
You see the kind of gate has a little like glass centerpiece that kind of pops out like a little thing, and it looks over you. And the orc goes, "It's just a fucking fearless. How the fuck you get on this side of the gate?"
What's your problem?
Magic.
Hmm? Oh, there's more. And the little eye thing kind of like pans back, and you see it kind of look over the group. Well, they sure as hell ain't knights. Well, what do you say?
We're here to
Yeah,
help.
let 'em in. Yeah, let 'em in. And you hear a ka-chunk, and the kind of gates open slightly. Enough for you guys to step in. And as you kind of like enter, there's this dwarf in like heavy plate armor who's just like looking you over, and he goes, "All right, and here's a pamphlet with the rules. It's not that hard." Can you see a hand to each of you? Are just little rules pamphlets, or
Leo,
they're
like
called
Leo,
traveler guides.
Leo looks at it, looks at the dwarf. The dwarf sees it. I can't read this.
One moment, and you see him put it, grabs one in braille and hands it to you.
I got blinded like a week
He's
ago.
newly blind. I'll read it to him. Don't worry. Just save your pamphlets. I'll read him mine.
All right, I guess the
quite
braille one
impulsive.
wasn't an investment worthwhile. He puts it back. Oh, looking depressed.
Ah!
Yeah, I mean that's really thoughtful of you. It's really great that you have conscious inclusion as a part of
Actually,
your
hold on. Actually should be
gatekeeping
rewarded.
duties.
Leo gives us 3 gold.
Honestly, very impressed.
Honestly,
very impressed.
just appreciates it. Get
Alright.
3 gold. He can retire happy now.
Thank you for the tip. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, you
so
see, he literally just got blinded like 5 days ago or something. A day ago, what was it, Leo?
it's
Maybe even
closer to
2,
3.
3 days ago.
3
Okay,
days ago.
it's hard to keep track these days.
Anyway, you guys are allowed in. The rules for Ashbourne are really simple. Don't destroy public property. Don't touch people's workings without their permission. And do not start open brawls. Those are the only 3 rules given to you. Those are the only 3 rules given to you.
Who
That I, you know, it's not much. I'm not asking much. Anyway, you step into the city and you hear it's kind of alive. Music plays through, and there's all sorts of people here, from humans to dwarves to gnomes to Goliaths, roaming through like the center of the lower city, lower inner city. There's a lot more. There's a lot more people here than shows on the map. It's just I didn't want to kill people's computers with like a bajillion tokens.
No. I just thought like there were just 2 people like laying drunk on the ground here, but those are just clothes.
Yes, you see people trying to pick up their stuff.
Yeah, they're just passed the fuck out.
Welcome to the inner city of Ashbourne. And as you kind of step inside, the first person to kind of you see kind of turns and he goes, alms for the poor, and he puts his hands out.
Like it's insight check him.
Yeah,
This guy looks homeless. This guy looks
Yeah.
homeless.
I can
As-
see, bitch.
As like someone who grew up on the street, can I truly see like what his situation is for real?
Sure. Roll me that with it. I think an insight. Leo, he's definitely broke. Does he need money? Maybe not.
Okay, well, I'll give him 2 gold.
By the way, I'll show you his full token.
he looks like a druggie. I flick him 2
fuck
gold
up.
pieces.
He catches it. Thank you for your alms. You don't know how well he's doing. He doesn't seem to be doing that bad. But he ain't living no good life.
Bro just got like 2 gold coins. People have to work like 5 years to get one of them.
I'm just like, don't give him anything.
He already takes the gold. He
I
goes,
say it out
thank you for your money. He just starts
Like,
fucking
yeah.
boom.
You better run.
I'm casually sauntering away.
I had
My
less
eldest
than
blast
you.
his head off. Nah,
Yeah.
Earn it yourself. Learn to fight. Find an attic and train. Why are you running?
Find an enemy. She's just fucking gone.
What a loser.
Endolin just kind of sighs. All right, let's explore the city, I suppose. See if they've got any shops.
On the ground.
Alex, didn't you know some people here?
I feel like I did, and I'm like instantly forgetting on the spot.
Yes, the twin. You know, 2 dwarves, and you also know that Doran Ashglade is here, somewhere.
Doran! Oh my god.
Just completely forgets Leah says it like hands fist and open palm. Doran, oh shit!
That
Yeah,
Doran.
That's what I just did.
Joran, yeah.
As you kind of
I guess this is the door in. Kill me, please.
Oh,
Why would
I
you
hate
make
my
a pun
life.
as I'm taking a sip of something?
so in an attempted murder.
Don't worry, all of that.
Anyway, yeah. Welcome to the city proper. Move around as you'd like.
Ah.
Okay, Leo dies.
Goodbye.
It's a lot of ass.
Yeah, Jane just really likes the mosaic or whatever it would be
Yeah.
called.
Mosaic is
It's
right.
really pretty.
Fucking unicorn on the ground, and she just is running around in circles on the and like.
I love
likes it
that.
And is looking at the pieces of the tiles and stuff on the ground and.
Yeah.
Bea's just thinking, maybe I could get one of these put in at home.
Maybe
Yeah,
I should get one of these for the man.
Right, writing,
Yeah.
describing it in detail with in like with a quill on a piece of parchment, and she's like, "I'm gonna send this over to Stuart."
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
But in these colors.
Yeah,
Just-
those are nice.
Just because my memory is kind of boggled, we knew that Enlin was sort of blind as well.
Right. She, as far as you can tell, she doesn't look through her eyes. She
Mhm.
mostly usually has them closed or wears goggles. But as far as you have been adventuring with her, she can see better than you, Leo.
And do you read Braille?
I could, yes.
Oh, that's cool. How well can you see me right now?
Perfectly well.
That's pretty
You
impressive.
also
Could you teach Leo some shit? He's kind of useless.
You see her kind of turn, tilt her head. It is not so simple. A thing to simply overcome.
I think Leo's already asked her, but I didn't.
Leo has not asked her.
Oh yeah.
not asked her. No.
Well, I mean, he's tough. He can do not simple things, right, Leo? Can you do it?
Well, you see, I tried back in.
I already
Silvery.
tried back in the Silvery. Try again.
Okay, yeah, sure. I need one to cast resistance on me.
Okay.
I'll cast bless on myself.
Okay. Boom, boom.
All right. He sits down. Let me just use the spell. slot
Right
real
here
quick.
on the unicorn. Use the power of the unicorn.
All right, your DC is 13.
If it works for you. Oh! I was gonna say, if it works for you, you have to get a unicorn. tattoo.
What the fuck is that?
Yes!
I did it.
Why the fuck was there a Thomas the Tank Engine?
Don't question it.
Don't question my
Don't
powers.
question your lord.
Actually, I'll roll 2d4 as well.
Can he just grow a unicorn horn and that's what he sees through now?
That's not how that worked. But
There we. Oh
And he
shit.
gets 2 fours!
okay, let me do some math real quick. That's
Okay, so 33 plus
42, 41.
41.
41.
40 fucking 1.
All right, so as you're kind of focusing, Zen, absolute Zen. For a moment, it feels like your sight in the general like range of like 60 feet. You kind of almost pulse, and rather than focusing on this silver mist, you take a little bit of what you learned in the vision and from just general ambience. Instead of trying to force that further outward to perceive, You just listen and you take in the environment in a way you didn't know you could, with a focus you didn't know you had. And for a moment, you can see almost the entirety of the room as people like step, move, and speak. And you can feel in your head kind of like a headache starting to form. But as you're focused, you can still, for now at least, see everything in this room. And with that, you might notice something very. You don't know what Doran looks like, but you do know what a man watching you feels like. That over here might be someone
Oh,
important.
I messed it up while you were doing.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Top left corner.
I didn't see those three
Mhm.
peeps.
They are watching you.
Glass.
They are watching you with intense gazes, not judgmental, but like people who are waiting for someone or something kind of look.
Leo just
Um,
Baja blasted his face.
And
You didn't. It's just your focus didn't break.
Jane just feels like it's totally her that did that. Like she's like, yeah, you're welcome. You totally needed that motivation.
Oh yeah.
Also,
hold on.
say
How many
thank you
creatures can I
to
target?
the unicorn.
3 creatures. Okay, so I'll just. I'm blessed. You're blessed, and he is blessed.
Hell
What's
yeah.
up?
Hashtag blessed.
Hello, little
God.
goblin.
Yeah, as you guys are talking, you see this goblin kind of approach, and she just kind of sniffs. Here, I'll show you the token.
Jane just gets between her and Umon and is just like,
Why you guys just sat here on the floor? That's rude.
Maja?
Yeah. It's funny that she was named a couple weeks ago.
Is her name Maja? Or
yeah.
is it Maya?
No, it's Maja. And she kind of looks at you and goes, you know there are benches, right?
Yeah, and there's also unicorns.
Yeah, but you're putting your butt all over it.
No, I'm not.
And Lynn's slowly walking away.
It's none of your business. Why are you here?
Well, it kind of is my business. I hang out here. And, you know, the janitors don't like having to clean this mosaic because they get yelled at every time someone sits their fucking dirty butt down on it.
My butt is not dirty.
Oh.
I lick it regularly.
I'll just,
She
I'll just-
gets really close as you say that. It's like, did you hear what you just said?
I didn't just say that. You're imagining things.
Guys. Leo just goes, points in the general direction.
I'm wearing pants. These are really
No
clean pants. Look at these.
When was the last time you washed them?
2 days ago. I think.
It's just like fucking disgusting. She goes to sit on the bench.
What's that thing's problem?
All right, where would you guys like to go?
Leo would like to go to the people that were watching them.
Jane
Sure.
just like smells
He's-
herself.
He's pointing them out, at least Theo.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm
when
gonna follow
you, yeah, when you point out, yeah, you recognize Doran and the twins, for sure.
Mhm.
And you see that they were talking about something. And you can see they're still talking, and they just kind of wave at you very like casually, just like, "Hey," as you're walking
I
up.
even kind of have a smile to them and then like kind of like nudge Liam like,
What? Your mic just slowly like degraded.
oh no, I deliberately whispered and then I forgot that like that's not gonna translate across. Like in a hushed tone, she's gonna be like, I know them.
Oh, there's an evil unicorn.
Like,
Jane
fucking-
just totally loses track of their whole trip over there when she sees it.
is Enlin looking for fucking hats?
Maybe.
You said I could see everything in this room, correct?
Yeah, there's hats there. There's a hat merchant. There's also a cool dude serving drinks. And a couple other merchants, like a food stall,
Mm-hmm.
a flower stall over here.
He'll just go Enlin.
Hmm? Oh, sorry. And
Leo just
Hey,
goes,
leave
it's
her
fucking
alone.
weird being able to see this entire room.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What?
Huh? You were all like, I already tried once, but I was like, try it again, and now you can see, because I was the one who gave you confidence.
As
Otherwise,
you kinda
you
like-
would have never tried. You would have been this blind
It's
person
Jane like
that isn't
slowly
even
like
cool like
walking.
Endlin is, who can't even
Jane-
see cool like she can.
I feel like Jane's like slowly walking like more to the front, just like
Yeah.
the voice like drifting off.
Yeah, she is.
Hey.
She's just hanging out with this unicorn.
Hey, travelers, how you doing? First time?
Huh? First time what?
As you kind of like turn, you see this fire genasi dressed in very colorful robes and like cloak, just kind of waves at you. First time in the city proper. You look like travelers of the sort.
Bro.
Hmm.
Plus, you were staring at the unicorn mosaic.
Yeah. I like it. It's
They
a
sell
unicorn.
smaller versions of that in one of the stores over there. Little keychains,
Huh? Smaller versions of it. How?
like on little chains with like little coins.
Ooh, like a key hanger.
Yes. Name is
Where?
Finn. Pleasure to meet you. And he kind of like, you see him point over this side, and you just gotta bother one of the staff over there. It's a couple gold. Not too biggy.
Couple gold.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're like this big. And he like puts his hands together. It's like a foot almost in size. Pretty big.
A couple gold looks at me being fucking stacked. Look at us being fucking stacked.
What? You could definitely afford it. Adventurers usually can.
Bro.
That's my gold.
My gold.
Well, you can trade your gold for goods and services of other people.
Well.
I guess I've done that once or twice.
Hmm.
How much
Um,
gold does
lady of
Jane
the
have?
markets.
I'm kind of curious.
But if you need anything around this place, I'd be
What
happy
do
to
you
guide
do?
you.
What do you do? Is
I'm
there
a guide.
what you do, or you're a guide?
Yeah, for the whole city, for the works, I give tours, that sort of stuff.
Is your hair on fire?
Yes,
Are you okay?
it's supposed to be on fire.
Fire generosity. Giant.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Born of flames, that sort of
Made
stuff.
by the flame undone.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. That is a
Uh,
very classic joke that nobody finds funny anymore.
Hey, have you ever seen a evil unicorn before?
Yes, it's on the floor right there.
No, like a real, like a one that like runs and has hooves and
Oh no,
shoots evil bolts of lightning.
unicorns aren't real. He says so matter of factly.
Well, I know I know normal unicorns are real. I just didn't know if evil ones were maybe.
I don't think they're called unicorns. Probably called like demon corns or something.
Yeah. I think the proper term is bicorns, but then they have two horns actually.
Hmm. Never thought about that one. What would it do with two horns?
Terrible things.
Terrible evil
Unimaginable
things.
more
Unimaginable evils.
Unimaginable, unspeakable things.
Unspeakable horrors.
Yes.
Well, Finn, I don't know if we need a guide because I think that our friends saw who we're here to meet, but if we do need a guide, if we'll come looking for you in this area, so thank you. Nice to
What's
meet you.
here? Is that like
Oh, flower store. As you kind of say that, you guys catch a glimpse of like Doran, very casual saunter. For those who haven't seen Doran before, he wears this kind of regal knightly armor covered in like sashes of blue and silver, and you see on his like kind of like on his back is the sheath to a greatsword, and like he has a helmet under his arm, but he doesn't wear it most of the time. And you see that his hair is graying. Was once kind of a vibrant kind of reddish, and he's cut it short with a small little hat and a little bit of prop end, now tied into a sort of kind of mini bun, and he's just walking down the stairs with the purpose of a man who knows what's up. And as he's walking down, Finn just kind of looks and goes, "Oh shit, you're fucking Doran's friends? All right, sorry for bothering. Sorry for bothering." And you see him kind of just turn.
Disappear into the crowd.
And as Doran like comes down, Jane's just like doing snow angels on the mosaic, like on the ground.
Gosh.
Like, I think she's in like kimono mode right now, though, not suit
Right.
mode. Like she's chilling.
I don't know why, but he reminds me. Fuck.
The black kimono with a bunch of croissants all over it.
Oh my
Croissants
God,
and
that's
eclairs.
the crescent croissant.
Croissants
Croissant.
and eclairs.
Yeah.
Mm,
And Doran
The
starts.
eclairs have little devil
Doran
horns.
reminds me of that one. Fuck, it's from a Rick and Morty episode. I just can't place it.
God damn it.
I don't know, yeah.
Anyway.
I need space. Fucking die.
Fuck you.
Doran steps down the steps and he kind of like waves at the group and he goes, "I do believe introductions are in order, but perhaps somewhere less crowded." And he offers a hand out, kind of waving at Thea with the other. If you would care to follow me.
Alright,
Jane just kind of rolls over and
hold on.
scurries up and
You see Andelin has picked out a flower. Oh, don't! Holy. You see she's picked out kind of a mountain lily and she's just put it in her hair. She's like, "Oh, what the? Oh, you're gonna give me a heart attack."
Ah. Oh, sorry for that. Nice flower, by the way.
It is nice, Finn says as he's moving to the other side of the lamppost.
Technically, our
I
personal
see.
interest
I-
is here.
I see.
I'll just walk up to him and hold my hand out like at a normal height. That's obviously nowhere near where he could shake a hand.
You see him take a you see him take a knee and he goes, "Ah yes, Miss Bond, I believe."
Yes, Jane Bond. Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Doran, I presume.
He does. He just kind of nods, pretending he didn't just say his name.
Yes. Like she's just acting like she wasn't just doing like mosaic angels. She's being more like, yes,
Very
that totally didn't
professional.
happen. We're meeting now. This is when we meet.
Come this way. Add emotions for you to follow.
Of course.
We go.
And as she starts walking up the stairs, she goes from like I'm comfortable and chilling kimono with pastries on it to the suit. The suit
Sue.
with the Dane dragon on the pocket napkin thing.
And as he pulls you up, you see the twins kind of just nod at each other and they go, "Took them long enough to get them." Yeah, don't blame them. They're probably very excited. And as you kind of approach, you can see their chatter kind of slows, and then they kind of nod to Doran and they introduce themselves. First goes Platel, who goes, "Hey, name's Platel. That's my brother, Aishan." And Aishan just kind of goes, "Howdy."
Sounds very depressed.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks. If you're the fellows Doran was talking about, we got business on the other side of towards our headquarters, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I like your sideburns, Platel. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks. I've been working on them, growing them out for the last couple of months. Everybody tells them you should cut them. Grow full beard, Platel. You'd look much better with one, but you know, I'm one to defy social norms.
No. Sideburns are
Let's change of pace.
definitely gonna be it.
It counts as a beard.
Trust me.
Mm.
Sort
of
of.
course it does. Don't let anyone tell you anything different.
Exactly. And you see, I should just step through like, God damn it. See, I told you they'd like my sideburns.
I love him.
God, amazing.
Darn. Doran goes, those are the two brothers. Thea perhaps has already explained to you. Uh, Perhaps the best smiths of our age, and well, a good friend, a pair of friends to me in well the entirety of the resistance. Now, come along. There's much to discuss.
Okay.
All right.
Boom.
Leo just in this heading off the stage thinks back to the fucking bladesmith in the ice.
Frozen over, and he's
Uh,
gonna bring you
Popsicle.
and he's gonna bring you to their base, and I'll use
The bass.
the sad music because it's pretty
Sad
somber.
music bass.
Sad music base.
Mm.
He brings you over to their
The
headquarters, which is in a
sound
different region.
of silence.
In Ashbourne, like I said, most of the city now that you enter it proper is this kind of bronze steel mixtures. Parts of it are fully furnished, like the inner city, the arrival platforms. But other parts of it are a little bit less furnished, more rough stones and steels. And it kind of guides you up a couple sections, a couple floors, to their headquarters, which is, as far as you guys can tell, a pretty mundane home and like a forge not too far attached from it. And Doran brings you inside, offers food and snacks, a place to rest, and all that sort of stuff. And as you kind of get sat down, Doran properly introduces himself as Doran Ashlade, previous knight commander before he was forcefully retired. And he informs you that he has had communication with 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 the
Blacklaw?
Blacklaw. And as he kind of says that, someone else enters from the kind of back end of the house, wearing an apron and bringing out kind of snacks and sandwiches. Is a good person, a person you know quite well. His name is Sir Lorraine, and he's like, you've arrived so much ahead of schedule, but I brought food for lunch. As a reminder, when you guys left Willesden, the Black Claw said she would be sending agents north and getting in contact with the others. And one of those people who accepted that mission was Sir Lorraine. Kind of just does a little half bow and says, "It's been quite a while, but it's a pleasure to see that you're all safe and sound."
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Good to see you, Lorraine.
Yes. I
Rocking the
have.
apron?
No, thank you. I have caught up Mr. Ashglade as best as I could with all of our workings so far, but I am certain you have plenty of your own news to report. And he kind of like sits down, and yeah, if there's any questions you have, Ashglade, you may ask them now before Ashglade explains to you a bunch of stuff, and we get into the exposition part of.
Okay, Well, it does look like they're gonna try and attempt the siege soon.
Yes, unfortunately, their forces have begun gathering. It shouldn't be more than 2 or 3 days before a full assault is attempted on the city of Ashmore. Fortunately, the defenses are more than sturdy and capable to hold them at bay, but the city will not survive a proper siege for long.
Is it like in Wilston where the soldiers were undead, or are these actual?
We haven't ascertained that yet. Our reports have not returned from our scouts quite intact. Hopefully, they will return soon enough. I can only pray as such. But there is good news in that regard. That no matter what happens, the city should, perhaps, if we were to operate our cards very carefully and make the right choices, we should be able to repel them from a proper invasion, though they seem certain of it. Rumor is, however, that it is being led by Kellyan himself, this siege. He's made it personal, it seems. Our presumptions are they are here for us, and he motions to himself and his friends, or something else within the city, perhaps. Yeah. Any other
Kind of
questions?
just a possibility that killing. God.
Something in the city.
I think it might be referring to you know.
Kind of raises a brow. I don't know much about the ancient stories of the city. Rather, that would go better for the twins, who know far more than I.
Yeah, we might have to do this
Hmm.
quick. If they get their hands on that, if there's a possibility of more of those types of weapons showing up.
Pardon me. I'll get the twins. But if there's anything at all you need from us, we'd be happy to help. As far as we're aware, the best way to repel this entire thing would be to deal with Kellyan or get whatever they want before they do. And he kind of like moves to another room, bringing the twins back. Sir Lorraine kind of nods at you all. Very, you can see in his eyes that he's very content that you're all well and good. Like he was stressing.
Mostly.
Yeah, like he was stressing. And then he's gonna go speak with Thorin, and the twins kind of like return bickering a bit. And you see what they're bickering is. Like, I told you it wasn't actually the Ashblade. Well, what am I supposed to do? We read it. You saw what it said. Well, we didn't really read it, and it's like, potato, potato, same sort of thing. And as they kind of like step up, they kind of look at you all and go, "So which one of you got the sword again?" I think it was the. And you see Platel kind of, yes, you, the Miss, what's your name? Little Felis.
Jane.
Jane. All right, Miss Jane. The sword you've got. Did it call itself the Ashblade? Just wondering.
No, her name's Dawn.
Fuck. That's. And you see him kind of like toss a couple of gold coins to Asian, who goes, "Told you so." Suppose it wouldn't be called something so dumb. Well, excuse me for believing it would be. Yeah. Thank you for recovering that artifact. We had expected Miss Thea to return with it, but technically she did, so it's not any skin off our backs. Whole point was getting it before the enemy did. That sword, we found out about from an old source, if you could call him that, who we currently don't have access to because somebody doesn't know how to keep their hands to themselves. And you see, Aishin kind of rubs one of his gloved hands and go, "I'm sorry that a trap almost took my entire hand off, Platel." And he goes, yeah, sure, it was an accident. And he usually roll his eyes a bit.
Old source. Who would that be?
And Aisha speaks up. There's an old story, long ago, when the land was still fresh and young, at least for the kingdom, of the old smiths of legends that had seen and forged things none could believe. One of those unfortunate souls was trapped within a ring. Called himself, and you see him kind of like think on whether he should tell you this, and he goes, "All right, yeah, you already know enough." His name was Flint, and his soul maintained itself in that ring, and his whole life goal was to keep the art alive, even if it was a phantom. And he taught us quite a lot about the arts as well as history and old stories when we encountered him a couple of years ago, buried under some snowy rubble.
I can
Anyway.
feel Rar smiling.
Anyway, with his
Just
discoveries,
writing.
we found some old ruins down below. There's this section in Ashmore further back, like further towards the center and down. We call it the Frozen Gates, where travel is almost impossible. There's this fucking massive pearl frozen ice fucking thing, like big doors, that nobody can open. And we've tried. Lord knows it.
It's
But-
probably best that It's good that you didn't open
Yeah,
it.
there's all sorts of markings and ruins nearby about it. That's where we found the ring. That's where we found an old mural depicting a tale of a sword of some kind. Uh, and, well, we figured, based on some uh, a little bit of experimenting, retelling the tale, finding more of those sort of murals elsewhere, that it would be some sort of magical artifact that could be hidden in one of the cities. We did some digging, figured out it would be in Wilsden, sent Miss Thea there, and, well, I presume the rest you are already aware of. But the
Yeah.
reason we think that sword is so important is we think it's the key to opening that door and getting to the other side, to what, well, there's an old story of the greatest forge the world has ever seen, or one of them, being behind
Blacksmith
those
is there as
gates.
well.
There's a blacksmith in there? How do you know that, huh?
So listen, before
It's complicated, but it pertains to my peculiar situation.
Okay, weirdo. You were saying?
But Portal, before I say anything as Jane, I want you to know that she's been looking for like escape routes and easy places to hide
Yeah.
and get away this whole time.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's like a regular house. You can hide
Ever
it
since they
within.
started talking about like Dawn like a lot and how much they need her and need her and need her that. But then she's gonna just say, um, just to be clear, I will help you get the door open and fight whatever's inside or deal with whatever's inside in whatever manner it needs to be dealt with. But this is my sword. Like, she's my
Oh,
friend.
well.
Like, we're staying together.
It talks, and they kind of look at each other. Well, that's new.
Yes.
We hadn't anticipated it to be sentient, sapient, I suppose, if it's your friend. So apologies on the whole objectifying thing. We thought it was just a sword.
Yeah. She's Dawn. That's her name. That's what I was saying.
Okay, that makes more sense. Point is, we think whatever's beyond that gate, if we get that forge running, we can form all sorts of equipment on a tier that the enemies, the knights themselves, can't keep up with. We do that, bada bing, it's easy to hold back that force. Even with a couple days of work, we have the old legendary forge running. Me and my brother could arm so many folk so quickly. And of course, we could try with a regular forge, but stories say there's a whole armory back there.
Tell me more about Flint.
Um, we we made a promise to him not to talk too much about him. He doesn't like sharing personal information outside of people who know him.
Do you still wear the ring?
We did until, and you see Platel kind of looks at Aishin, and Aishin says, "It was your fault. You triggered the trap." There was a trap incident, which, well, the blame is on neither of us. It's on you. No, it ain't. Anyway, there's an incident where Aishin, the hand he had it on, because he was wearing the ring at the time, nearly came clean off, and the ring fell down into the depths, down several stories, through a crack in one of these frosty little gates, the lower regions of the ice. And, well, we lost it.
That's too bad.
All right.
Yeah. We would have gone down more clearly to investigate, but there was this terrifying smashing sound from some sort of beast down there. It was just going boom, 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 stop.
Was it now?
Yeah, sounded like some sort of machinery, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe something worse.
All right.
If you do pick it up on the way, we would love to have it back. Flint is a good friend.
Right. Sounds fair.
Well, yeah. If we find it, we'll. Let
Yeah,
you know.
if we find it, we'll gladly give it back.
Cool. As an aside, you see that the twins kind of look at each other, and then they look at Thea. Where did you get that, Miss Alexandria? Miss Thea? The gauntlets?
they're a cool belt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
what
mean
about the
that is.
belt?
Well, the belt is. We didn't. I mean, it looks like our working, but improved. And Andelin speaks up in this instance. She's been quiet, and she says, "My father gave it to her." And then you see them kind of just look at each other and go, "Well, your father must be some sort of great, crafter or something." And she shakes her head and she says, "Merchant is more like it."
Jane just looks at them and taps on the pocket
Yeah.
napkin that has the
Pat.
silver dragon symbol
Mm.
on it. You know.
Uh, Now that symbol kind of reminds me of something, Ashen. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there was that guy, the one with the Wondrous Emporium. Yeah, him. Yeah, but and you see him get like kind of a little bit. Patel gets a little bit closer, and he goes, "I hey," and then you see him kind of just whisper to Aishin, and Aishin whispers back. They kind of look at each other, and Patel nods and goes, "I'm pretty sure that symbol's on the gate, the frozen one, carved into it.
What?
The one on your pants. I think it's on the
It's not in
gate.
my pants. It's in my pocket.
Yeah, same thing,
My shirt pocket.
same thing,
Yeah. Should you just pants for the chest?
Fool. No, it's okay. Yeah.
I look
Well,
at
that's
Endelin.
interesting. Endelin, well, yeah, we all kind of have things from a family, her family, who uses this crest.
Hmm. That sounds ominous. But if you got your own pocket craftsman, I can't complain. Well, I can't complain because that's like our job. But
Hmm.
man,
Well, do you maybe have any good long swords? As Leah just kind of.
yeah, you need one. Don't got any
Yeah.
magical swords on us. We've already given most of it to the Spartan parties.
Mhm.
Got regular ones.
I don't think I'll keep this one.
Well, all right. Thanks for that. Got any long swords? Yes. Just kidding. I don't want it.
I don't want it. They're not special. I'm attached to this one.
I want special long swords.
Give me special long
These
swords.
Oh my God.
special things.
Jib.
All right.
Do you have any I know they're not like weapons, but I think that it might be possible we will need in the future very sturdy climbing pitons and something like
Sure.
that.
We've got
So-
plenty of that.
Is there
And
any
maybe-
proper winter gear as well?
If you need clothes, that's easy enough.
Heavy furs.
Yeah, that might be good too. I know that my glamour looks like I'm wearing good clothing, but
I'm sure we
it's the
can
same
get you
thing.
something up real quick.
Just a little tiny coat for me, maybe.
Right.
Potions?
Well, we're not herbalists, but we know an herbalist.
That would be great if you could introduce us.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll start
I
getting the list
can
of things.
still, if you give us some time, make some more potions and stuff and poisons.
Yeah, you also could. While you guys get your laundry list settled, me and Aishin are gonna set up that climbing gear for you. Get a map, that sort of stuff. Right. And the twins go to prep for you, and then Doran comes back a little bit later, and he goes, "Well, sorry about that interruption with the twins, but one of the scouts had come back. Turns out, it seems your presumption was correct. There's something strange about the knights, perhaps not entirely present, though not phantoms, as you have spoken."
Must be the rings.
Yes. So you said from the report with Black Claw that you all came here for a secondary motive before, rather than just rendezvousing with me, correct? Something about
That is-
something about a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything I should concern myself with helping you about, or is it something you have
It
handled?
might be possible that is It might be possible that that is what they're after.
Oh, the twins?
No, not the twins.
Oh, the enemy forces. I see.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Just as in Willesden, they had forces to get take care of Dawn and look for her. This might be a full frontal attack to see if they can find the ancient forge.
Hmm.
And we already have to go there. Shit.
Doesn't sound so.
Hmm.
Fighting a
Well-
dragon is never really a fun task.
Well, I mean, it could be.
Well, you know what? Yeah, it would be fun if we could just, stab it once and it would die instantly. That would
Well,
be
I'm not gonna
optimal.
stab it. I'm gonna shoot it with the super anti-dragon fun bolt.
And then we're gonna have to try and beat it up. But I hope that even if it's in the cave, that its flight will be limited because, I hope I can see like this for this range for a while, but I'm not counting on it.
Hmm.
Uh, things have been set in motion with Aston going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right, about that. I do not believe his insanity is so unfounded. And there is more to what happened that night than perhaps any of us are currently aware of or capable of figuring out. But I am of the mindset that I knew him well, and before all of this. And, well, I am shocked to know that he is responsible for everything he has done so far. It's
You
not
think he's
something.
being puppeted.
No, unfortunately. I wish it were that simple. I think he was convinced, rather. He was. The last I had seen of him, he was in deep turmoil emotionally. He did not seem well. His wife was not. It was. It was a very heavy moment, and whatever idea was put in his mind, he must have latched onto it like a child begging for salvation, and
In
he
poor
has not.
age.
And he has not let go, and he has done everything in its wake since. I don't think it's simply some sort of mind control, though I could wish to to absolve him of his sins. There is no way he is not, in some regard, in control. I just ask that if you are to eventually face him, do not hesitate, but remember that there was a man there. Do not Do not treat him as just a monster. Well, perhaps you might have to, but do not remember him as such if you could afford that.
Jane's just nodding, but like kind of eyebrows like pressed like in the middle, just like uh-huh. You're giving really mixed signals right now.
It-
Treat him like a human, but he's kind of a monster. But be nice to him, but you're gonna have to kill him.
I'm sorry that my reconciliation with a man who I had grown up knowing since he was a young, good hearted individual, and his current actions is not so simple. Do what you must, but understand that some of us knew him when he was a better man. And though he might not be that now, I would be loath to see him disrespected when he is stopped. If he was a friend
Well,
once.
We
yeah,
are not.
we won't disrespect him if we have to end it. Try to make it, you know, clean.
Right. Anything you would like to eat? Of that sort?
Chalky milk and chicken nuggets, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have what she's having.
So yeah, you guys can long rest if you would like to rest in Ashmore. As for how many potions are you guys trying to buy? Because the a lot of the supplies here are being kind of funneled towards the defense effort, but you guys can pick up like 4 or 5 healing potions, like the regular ones.
Might not be bad to grab a few. You have
Yeah,
some
I'm.
Uber potions still, right?
You still have all your Uber potions.
Still have all of them.
We still have all our Uber potions because thank God Radagast Umon didn't try that idea. Oh my God. So yeah, just having potions that can get us up, without expending like stuff like spell slots and stuff is also always really good. So getting like 4 potions will be good.
Yeah, I think getting like 4 would be good. They're 50 each, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, since there's only 3 of us here, why don't we each just buy one?
Yeah.
If we each have the funds for them.
Oh God, yes, I have a lot of fucking gold.
Oh, I don't have a lot of gold. Buy me mine.
No, I know you. I know you got.
I don't have a lot.
You got like 200 something.
I do. I have 273.
Like a Dutchman, I'm stingy. Like, now I have 475.
Fine, I'll buy myself one.
Fine,
What do I have?
I'll buy it myself.
Oh, I have 2 potions of healing.
Healing.
Why do I need more?
Oh, it's nice to have more.
Why do I need more healing potions?
Nah.
Why would I need those?
There we are. I've marked off the gold and put in the potion.
Okay, can I buy one more, I guess? Will it be a full 50 gold portal, even though
Yep.
we're like, hey,
Well,
alchemist, Jane here.
Yeah.
I'm about to go,
Why did you?
fight a dragon for you and your safety because your city is under the threat of a giant ice dragon. So it'd be really cool if
you kind of like
cut
say
me some
that.
slack here, and little cat girl
So-
want to fight a big dragon. I could use a potion or two.
So, the entire city, the shopkeep is. So to clarify, the threat of the invading army kind of takes precedent over the dragon sealed deep in the depths that very few people know about.
Well, then we're gonna also fight the army too.
Yeah, but you still gotta pay for the supplies.
Can we maybe get like a bulk discount?
How many are you
Persuasion check?
buying? It depends on how many you're buying, how much discount you get.
Because I already bought one, then Thea's
Persuasion check?
buying one, then Jane's buying 2.
You can hit me with the persuasion.
I'll assist Jane.
Oh, I got a 19. Oh, I fucking rolled and rolled
Nice.
20. Why did I do that beyond 20? Why did I do that?
Rip. You have advantage. I believe in you. Just don't roll 2 nat ones.
Yeah,
God.
let me get this. Let me find. Give me a net 20. Whatever, 13.
Also
Pretty good.
close.
21.
21. Alrighty. With a 21, because you buy in bulk, which is what you end up using as your kind of discount. How many are you buying?
3, right?
Yeah,
I
I think
You
so.
said they only have like 5 total.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't want to clean them out. We don't want to like buy all 5 and then they
No,
have
let's
8
clarify.
potions.
The 5 is that they could pull off from their main stock. They have more, but
Even
those
then,
are
like
going
if
to the
another
Those are for,
person wants to buy some, maybe.
Okay. With that,
Cheap.
it'll cut you a good.
Unless we want to buy all 5, do we want to?
take some of Radagast money. Yeah, sure.
Fuck it, let's do it. All 5.
With all 5, that's 250. So they'll cut 25 gold off, so it's 225 for you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's
All right.
Okay, so we have 5 healing potions. Want to give one to each of us, basically?
yeah, and we'll each take away
Yeah.
45 gold. So we'll note that Umon and Radagast minus 45 each.
Mm-hmm.
I'll add those to everybody's sheets.
Yeah, you should be able to just like do a +1
Yeah,
on the
I
two we
already
have.
I already have. I already put mine in my sheet, so don't worry.
Okay.
I'm just editing my potions to 3. For some reason.
Recharges.
Okie dokie. With all that
Yeah,
said
my
and done,
God.
you all long rest, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to present you with a choice. Where would you like to go? Now you can go back to finding the gate, or go back to the shrine of the Forgotten. You can explore the city more. You can do whatever you like.
I want to.
Okay, this is the funniest shit. I love that Ito looked at the play-by post for Snow and Ice and he just typed in, "What the hell did I miss?"
I kind of want to. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm between exploring the city and just going straight to checking out the door.
Yeah, honestly, same. I fuck yeah, same. um. What do you want to do, Tyler?
I don't know.
I'm just
I'm the
Choice.
most indecisive person in the world. I'm the worst for stars.
I'll clarify. Do you guys want to start heading towards the boss fight, or do you want to keep prepping and seeing what you can grab through the city? The longer you delay, the closer the army gets.
Let's
Yeah.
can we with this time also get maybe like a medicine med kits?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, we
Healer's
used.
kit?
I used
Bunch of charges.
4 charges of mine, I think. So it'd be nice to be able to just refill those charges for cheaper than getting a whole new one, and then also getting one extra one, I think, if possible.
Yeah, I'll mind that.
Okay. Let's get that.
So how much does one usually cost?
I think it's like 5 gold.
Oh, well then it would be like what, 2 gold, 1 gold to recharge it.
I'll
Probably
get
cheaper.
2.
If it's it's 5 gold. If you're recharging yours, you're recharging 4, right? That's like 1 gold, yeah. Actually, it's
Okay.
2 gold. 2 gold.
Oh, I'll buy 2 med kits.
Okay. Boom, boom. Bring them healers kits for when people are down and we're out of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just recharge mine, because how much total charges do they have?
A 10.
10, yeah. So it's fine to just recharge
Yeah.
mine. 10 charges is a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 20 charges. I'll
yeah,
give
so
1 to Umon as well.
I'll
So
just
he'll-
give 2 gold and do that.
Cool.
So Umon will have, if you can put a healer skin in his inventory, that would be great.
Yep, will do.
I'm just tracking stuff
Yeah.
in D&D Beyond, by the way, because it's easier for me somehow.
That's
And then I just will update it as I go sometimes, which kind of sucks because then I have to add Dawn in there every time.
You should
yeah.
you should be
Make
able to
her
grab
give
Dawn
me a-
directly from the stuff folder.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Is there anything else that would help us in like heavy snow and stuff?
I mean,
that
you
we
guys
can
do have your snow gear that
Mm-hmm.
the twins
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
gotten you.
So we have the snow gear. Anything else before we start heading towards the boss fight?
So he got us the snow gear. They got us it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got us the snow gear. We have
Um,
healers kits.
I have my movement speed. Can
Mhm.
I possibly bother them to make me a pair of little snowshoes so I don't have so it's not a difficult terrain for me when I'm running on snow.
Oh yeah, it normally doesn't count as difficult terrain, but so you're good. It would come. I'll clarify. So for this, like the heaviest kind of snow where it's bigger than you, it won't count as difficult terrain. You'll still face normal difficult terrain as normal, but for like the snowy, like mountain climbing stuff, you'll be good if
Okay.
it's part of the mountain gear. And like the heavy.
Okay. Anything else, gang?
Oh, so there's mountain stuff. So there's mountain stuff going
Well, there's
on.
not much. I'm just saying that's what it would.
Yeah,
help with.
I did get climbing pitons. I definitely want like more rope and
Yeah, for sure.
and like a smaller like pick, like about my size, like a climbing pick, not like a mining pick,
Yeah.
if possible.
Get everything ready and prepped.
Maybe some claws for my. No, actually, I've got claws. What am I talking about? We're good. We're good.
Okay. Anything else? Or are you all set?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Then, boom, together, you make your way towards the frozen gate. Fortunately for you, you have come prepared with all sorts of armaments, gear, equipment, and tools. And as you kind of like make your way down into the depths through the ice and the snow and the stone, you realize this path is very rarely traveled. It looks like it hasn't been used in forever, almost. And Endelyn comes with you because she's refused to be left behind, and she, at the very least, wants to go this far to know this much. And as you
How
kind of like
far is my blind sight at the
in
moment?
here, you can see about 60 feet in front of you for now. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So for the remainder of this, you can presume your blind sight goes out to 60 feet.
Okay. Thank you. I'll change it real quick.
Yeah. Moving forward, you find yourselves here. And you can move yourselves as you like.
Well,
Yay! Is it
Oh.
ice the ground?
Yes, there is ice on the ground. The cold is in the air. You can feel the presence.
Jane's gonna just like be like running and then stopping and then sliding.
oh my god, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yep. It is. I should note there's something special about the terrain. When you run more than 20 feet in a round, you have to make me a dex save. Or
She
you
wants to slide.
Yeah, I know. So in that case, it's fine. If you just let yourself slide, you slide 10 feet in a random direction.
Okay.
This is important for later. So you're aware.
Okay.
Because that's what all of this ice floor is like. It's super slippery. And you're like, So you see Endelyn and the others are taking their time. Not entirely
so
running.
having stuff like snow boots and stuff would
It lets you traverse this part pretty easily without having cold feet or anything, but the floor is so slippery. Like the ice is fresh. Yeah. I mean, then you'd be climbing, but that's a different thing, right?
All right. Jane's gonna get one of the climbing pitons in her hand and just like have it ready so that like if she needs to stop on the fly, she'll just stab it into the ground. You know.
Yeah.
I have a long sword for that.
And as you guys make your way forward, you might notice something at the big gate.
The big gay? What?
The big gate. Let me just keep moving forward as you guys make your way across the icy fields towards top.
Hey, look, he's within my line of sight.
Yeah, look at him. The lorekeeper Jorgen stands before these pearly like gates of frosted ice and strange material, a hand placed upon it as you kind of approach. And there's a somberness in it, and he kind of looks at you as you approach, and he goes, "Welcome. It seems you have come as I had foreseen, and I know I cannot dissuade you." And you can see there's a kind of like soft look on his face. But I can answer a question that I didn't earlier. When you face him on the other side, Venice, his name, his true name, the Lord of Frost, be aware he will try to break you. He will disdain you for everything you are, for everything you think you are and you might be. He's a creature full of malice that was once much kinder. And I know this tale because of the man who told it to me. If you could call him a man. And you see Endelin kind of step a little bit back. And she goes, "Don't step back from your fate and the truth. Come forward, Mornhell. Open the gate to them. For I cannot. None of us, but of his blood, can." And you see Endelin kind of move forward and put a hand on the kind of gate. And you see there is, in fact, a silver dragon kind of symbol on it. And as she puts her hand on it, you can see the kind of like pearly thing lights up brilliantly.
Is
And
Dawn saying anything to me or anything at all? Does she care?
she does care. She's just very tired, very quiet.
Okay.
In that kind of exhaustion and wear and tear of years and years can take. And as Endelin is putting a hand on the door, and the door is kind of like glowing, Jorgen steps up and he says, "Silverfang could not finish this battle, for he could not kill his brother. You, however, must. Once this gate is open, it cannot be closed."
Oh boy.
Silverfang dragon.
Yes, an ancient one.
Makes sense.
He perhaps would have preferred that secret kept, but I am not here for his nonsense. He couldn't do it, so you must.
Okay.
Do not fail.
Is that Endelin's uncle then?
You see Endelin seems entirely focused on the door, and he kind of nods. The one you might know as Mornhell Dane, well, is not her father. But he is all that she has left of sapient family. I wouldn't consider the monster that her actual father has become that.
So Endelin's not a dragon.
No,
Oh, she is. But
she most certainly is. But her father is
But
not the one
the
who might
Lord of
claim it.
Frost is her dad, and Dane is her uncle. That
Oh.
Tate.
I
He-
see.
He has run from that lie for quite a while, but he can't any longer. Not if this realm is to be pure, not if this truth is to be upheld.
Finally, this is out.
He gave up the blade after this, after failing. Perhaps this will, bring some sense to this ridiculousness of his. You see Endelin kind of push the gates open, eyes glowing kind of silver. She shakes her head a little bit. She goes, "All right, Mornhell, you stay with me. I'm bringing you back to your caretaker. The rest is up to them." And she kind of like turns like, "But I haven't." And he kind of just looks at her and says, "I'll explain everything if you come along. It is not our battle to face." Not again, anyway. You see her sigh, and she looks at all of you and she goes, "Thank you for bringing me along. I understand it was a
See
bit
you
rash.
soon.
Right. See you soon." And she kind of like looks to Jorgen, who pulls her aside and he motions for you to step forward, and he says, "Good fortune, and may, well, don't let the ice bite too deep."
You know, fortune favors the bold, and Leah takes out his longsword.
Right. The bull. And you step through the gates.
I wonder if those dwarf brothers could have fixed up Dawn a little bit more.
As you
that
say
might-
that, Jorgen says, "I do not believe that is the case.
I think that's the
if-
bladesmith.
Well,
Might be able to help.
I don't know if that's his title,
Are
but
they even dwarfs? I don't know.
yes."
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, you too.
And into the breach once more the heralds go. Beyond the gates of frost.
Ooh, we level up.
Oh, you don't.
You're now level 10.
As you
We're
make your
now
way through
level
the ice
12.
in the fields, you kind of
Now level 30.
make your way over these kind of ridge lines of ice and frost. The terrain is slippery and dangerous. And as you approach the threshold, you can see beyond this pillar, this form, the entrance to a grand temple, a grand forge. But before it all stands one mighty foe, one that would consider itself lord of this domain. And as you enter his presence, the Lord of Frost takes notice. And let me show you his token first.
That's
Already
A
awesome.
zoomed
Chris-
in far enough where that's smaller than what I'm seeing.
You are so far away. He is gargantuan in size. You're just that far away.
No, I just mean literally.
Yeah. You can zoom. You should be able to zoom in on his token.
No, I
It's-
did that. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying.
4x4, pretty big, and it kind of sits at the entranceway to this curled up, this crystalline dragon, which looks to have silver scales frosted over with pristine glows, and it shimmers and shines, and you can feel its presence in your mind even from here. The Lord of Frost speaks out, a decree, a challenge to all. "If you think yourselves mighty, then let me humble you. There is only one Lord, and you face him here." And that's where I'll put us all in initiative. And next week, well, the battle with the Lord of Frost will begin.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you all for playing this week. I understand it was short. We're a little bit short
Yeah,
peeped.
it's fine. Yeah, we
Oh.
just had 3 of us.
You know,
It's still fun.
march on, forever onwards.
We
Forward
still
and
sat on
forward.
Radagast, so it wasn't
Do
anything
you
out of the
want
ordinary.
us rolling initiative now, or do you want?
Yeah, you can roll initiative now.
Got a 16.
Could you roll initiative for me, please, Portal?
Yeah.
Hey, 15. Nice. Oh, almost.
17.
I'll leave-
Not bad.
I forgot to add
I
something.
love having 20 dexterity.
I forgot to add a thing. 1 second. No, you're not
Mhm.
supposed to be visible.
She's a
Uh,
little ninja.
Ninja.
Now she's faster than ever.
Ninja.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Coolio. Yep,
Yeah, dragon
that's-
fight.
Oh, it's more than a. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a ride.
Nice
Thank you.
dragon.
Thank you
Is
for
he gonna-
coming.
Is his type dragon?
One of them, yeah. He's got more than just dragon.
Okay.
Fiend. This was
Sure.
aberration.
Because I can choose aberration, fiend, or monstrosity. I
It's
think
all of those.
monstrosity makes most sense for
It's
me.
all of
For
those.
Jane, canonically.
Oh, he's
to
all of
pick
them?
that
No, I
check.
said you get the bonus on all of those.
Oh, I get all of it all the time. I don't have to select.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh.
I need to change the wording of what I have then.
Anyway, thank you for playing this week.
Yep.
Toodaloo.
Thank you.